Hey everyone, welcome back to the Adaptathon. I am Samurai Snake.
And I am Tanner of the North.
And this is Dragon Ball FighterZ, quite possibly the best Dragon Ball Z fighting game ever made.
Some people would argue against that, because there's only 13 Gokus as opposed to 25.
We're not going to be going through story mode because Arc System Works would get us banned.
Plus, it's a lot of the same over and over.
Yeah, so we're just going to be going through arcade mode instead.
And as a reminder, we are here for Child's Play. So you can donate using the donate button at the bottom there. Feel free to definitely send us stuff. There is a final, the final bid war is going on right now, being choosing the team, whether it is going to be Team Goku, Team Luffy, or Team Naruto. So that one is it's the only active one right now. So far, Team Luffy is winning with $200.69. Nice. Team Goku is in second with $179, so it really only needs a little bit to get over. And Team Naruto has $15. So, yeah. Good luck, Naruto fans. But otherwise, feel free to donate. And we can also work towards the next milestone, which is $2,000 for Star Wars The Masters of Teras Kasai, which is the Star Wars fighting game. Which is something. Not gonna say if it's good or bad.
I'll just leave the jury out on that if we get that unlocked. But there were previous Dragon Ball Z fighting games before on the Super Famicom and also the Genesis, and I want to say they're not exactly that good, though. DBZ Hyperdimension holds a special place in my heart.
You wanted me at full power, right, Vegeta?
Have you played any of those?
I played the... Let's see, I played Budokai 2. And then I really didn't play any others until... I played Budokai 3 a bit. And then I didn't really play any others until FighterZ because I heard that a lot of them are kind of bad. But let me just say that this game is wild. It's really good. It is a hyper fighter in the style of your Marvel vs. Capcoms there, with a lot of characters that are almost all Gokus, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, our team right now is literally 2.5 Gokus.
Pretty much. You got.
I mean, there's people who are like, Bardock isn't a Goku. Yeah, well, Goku's in one of his little. I'm not gonna say what he's in, but he's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I picked Bardock because he's my favorite DBZ character.
And not because he's just one of the best characters in the game, along with the other two that you picked.
Wait, are you serious?
Oh man, this game has some real bad DLC power creep. Every new DLC character that they announce, they're like, let's just put in another character that's even stronger. To the point where, like, UI Goku is seen as OP, and then Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, people say it's basically them saying, we don't care anymore about balance, let's make the most broken character ever.
Alright, let's see. Wow.
Jump into it, me boy.
Oops. I missed with that 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha.
Flame says turn the game down just a bit if you could.
Yep, I can do that.
Yeah, combat sounds are a bit louder than lobby sounds.
Alright, there we go.
Honestly, the balance of this game is kind of hilarious because there's some characters that are so brutally low tier that you just gotta love the fact that they're in there all together. But, you know, an unbalanced fighting game is pretty fun still. It doesn't have to be balanced to be good.
Speaking of fighting games, anyone remember Dragon Ball GT Final Bout on the PS1?
I remember that Steve Bloom voices Goku in that, which is very strange.
I believe he does.
Because that came out, like, when Dragon Ball Z was just airing in the States, like, originally. So you pick up that game, and, one, the voice cast is all different. But, like, the fact that you can see Super Saiyan 4, like, Gogeta in that game before they got to Super Saiyan 1 in the North American anime must have destroyed people's brains.
I don't think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was in that game.
What?
Let's see, who was in that game? Because there was definitely, I think, Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku was definitely in that.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
so
So it
was
wasn't Gogeta,
Vegeta.
it was Goku. Yeah, so, you know, but it's just hilarious that, like, you know, there was a story of, I think it was Wooly was telling it from the Best Friends Play There, where he, you know, he was watching Dragon Ball and was loving it, then his friend's like, yo, check this game out I got from Japan, and it's GT Final Bout, and he's like, yo, look at all these characters, and just blowing his mind at where they were. They were in, like, the Saiyan arc in Canada, right? So to go from that to GT, and he's like, yo, where does this go?
I probably would have been confused on that, but around the time that DBZ started airing on Toonami, around 98, 2000, I saw Japanese clips of future story arcs online and read plot summaries back when fan subs were still a thing on VHS tapes.
Mm-hmm. And I just gotta say, it's very interesting talking about Dragon Ball Z, though, with people, because, quite infamously, every version of Dragon Ball, from Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT, all had a unique version for Canada, featuring new music, new actors. So, like, when I would play the games, I'd be like, why do all these characters sound wrong? Like, what's going on? And it's because the games, of course, would use the you know, the Funimation dub, which is kind of the most known dub for Dragon Ball. But I grew up with the Ocean dub, and the Ocean dub went, you know, there's so much on the internet. It's like, yeah, Ocean dub only went up to, you know, whatever this saga was, right? And I'm like, no, I've definitely seen all of it in Ocean dub as a kid. There's a lot of undocumented stuff like that on the internet. And so it's like, you know, my memories of Dragon Ball are so different from everyone else's, because for me, Dragon Ball was this version that no one else watched, because online, you know?
I actually watched the Ocean dub too as a kid, and nowadays, looking back at it, it's not that good, even though you have good voice talent. But the movies, though, that have the Ocean dub, those work very solid.
No, it was. I'm not like I have nowhere to say about the quality, but it is the version that I watched as a kid. Mm-hmm. It's sort of like how, you know, like I watched Card Captors instead of Card Captor Sakura, you know, and seeing how that was different.
Is that really you, Kakarot?
Yeah, I can vouch for the quality of the Ocean dub versions of the movies because they were completely uncut, and they didn't have the weird Gohan face from the TV version of Tree of Might.
I was gonna say something about them, and I just forgot. Oh well.
I think it's really... Go on.
I was just gonna say, one of the things that they actually added in an update in this is being able to choose your assist, which, like, totally opened this game up, giving every character 3 assists.
They weren't freely choosable before, huh?
Nope, you only had the one for each of them. You picked the character and they each had one. And then they added that in after, and it was like that, you know, it made a lot of characters that weren't really usable before a lot more usable. They also gave, like, Ginyu, like, a whole new super, which he didn't have in the base game when it just did an update. They're like, yeah, we just gave him a new level 3 super. It's like, oh, okay.
What is it? It's not body change, is it?
No, he had body change in the base game, but that was his only level 3, which isn't the most viable in some situations. So they gave him a new level 3 that has him using the entire Ginyu Force to do an attack there.
Oh, nice.
You know, just like small changes like that to make characters more viable. Except for Beerus. They will never buff Beerus. Beerus is low tier forever.
The controls for this game are pretty simple. You can do a full combo just by pressing the light punch button, but you can of course mix it up between medium punch and heavy punch.
There's also a full medium combo, which lets you, I think, goes into super. And if you do super moves with the heavy button, they're like EXs, which cost meter, but usually have a bit more invincibility, or more damage, or more follow-ups.
And the motions to do supers are pretty simple. They're usually Hadouken motions, quarter circle forward or quarter circle back, and either a combination of light and medium attack along with heavy attack and shot.
In general, this is definitely a game that tried to, mix together the hardcore audience as well as, for casual Dragon Ball players who are used to stuff like Xenoverse, where your combos are XXX, 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 vanish, XX, right? So they instead, put in a mode there for them, although it is so funny, though, reading, different reviews for this game when it came out, and you got people saying, come on, Dragon Ball should have a game with, 500 characters on release. There's so many, it should be. And people are like, this is a 2D fighting game where every character has full unique animations for everything, and you wanted this game to launch with over 100 characters? And they're like, yeah, they do it for Xenoverse. It's like, oh, you don't know how game design works at all. You don't know what goes into a fighting game.
I'm pretty sure if they put 500 characters in here, that would take way too much development time.
Because everyone kind of goes to Budokai Tenkaichi 3 as this is how you get the most characters in a Dragon Ball game, because it has I think, how many does it have? It has too many. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 characters.
Okay.
It has way too many.
I'm fooling around way too much trying to do the level 7 super for Gogeta.
Okay, so it has 98 characters in 161 forms.
Ugh,
That's a lot.
Insane.
How many does Xenoverse have now, though, actually? Xenoverse 2, because it's had a lot of DLC, because it's very successful. Oh, Xenoverse 2 is actually beating it now. Very interesting.
Why am I getting hit so much? I was trying to power up so I could show off the 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha, which is an instant kill.
Yeah, there's some wacky stuff in this game with again, when they were making Super Saiyan Gogeta 4, they gave him not only an insta-kill move, but they gave him a move that can give him a Dragon Ball, which no other character has, and the Dragon Ball system can completely change the game because you can resurrect a character, you can get sparking back, which is your super mode, you can get there's a couple other things you can get, but it's wild, some of the stuff you can do. Yeah, the Super Saiyan Gogeta 4 is them saying, we don't care, you'll find a way to get around this eventually. Which I kind of like for games with fighting games. I like when they do something that results in the players needing to come up with a strategy against it there. As an example, when Rugal was playable in some of the King of Fighters games, the counter pick to Rugal was, if, signs in the arcade saying, if you pick Rugal, you will get stabbed. So, that was the natural counter pick, because nothing in the game could beat him there. Don't pick Rugal. You'll get stabbed. No, most characters do not play in this game the same way. They are very different.
Yeah.
The only moves that are shared are a couple crouching kicks and stuff between them. Otherwise, every character is incredibly unique. I mean, we make the joke of, you know, half the cast is Goku's, but every one of them plays very differently. Very different game plans with them, very different supers and specials. It is not just a case of being the same. Plus, every single animation for these characters is a reference to something from the manga or anime. Like every single punch, you could go through the entire roster's moveset and find the reference there. Everyone is Rushdown? Not really. I mean, you can play everyone Rushdown because this game is Rushdown heavy for sure, but doesn't mean that they're always Rushdown.
Alright, let's see if I can actually do it this time. I'm pretty sure I can do this.
Oh, Krillin, you were never meant to be top tier.
Here we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not gonna really work well.
There we go, instant kill.
That's ridiculous. Actually, yeah, one of my favorite mods for the PC version is the Power Rangers mod for it, that puts in their Battle for the Grid models, and it looks so good, actually. It looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, man. That really did the trick. I feel much better.
One of the funniest moments that I've ever seen with this game is for one of the grand finals for one of their tournaments there. They brought in the voices of Goku and Vegeta, Chris Sabat, and Sean Schemmel, and then they're like, "Hey, it's us. We're Goku. We're he's Vegeta." And then they go to play the game and they put it in Japanese, and they're like, "Guys, we're here," and everyone's like, "No, we only play fighting games in Japanese." So funny. They even called him out. They're like, it's. I think it was Chris Sabat who says it sounds like your game's broken. They're using the wrong voices.
Yeah, that was the Super Saiyan Showdown for those that don't know, and it was awesome to watch. Even though Chris Sabat soundly kicked Sean Schemmel's ass.
Yeah, because Chris Sabat clearly plays many video games, and I don't think Sean Schemmel has played a video game since the NES.
I also got the anime music packs, which basically includes the anime insert songs and also the fight songs for DBZ.
That's really cool. Shame that if you're a streamer, you should never use it.
Right.
Yeah, because they had that also for One Piece Pirate Warriors, where they did an anime soundtrack, and it's like, oh, sick! I get to battle to openings and stuff from the anime, and I thought to myself, wait, I'm recording videos. I literally can't do that at all, because that'll get me big demonetized.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I want to go, Ichni Sunshine, yo, we go! I can't do it, right? Even saying that, we probably got copyright hit. Sorry.
I would have just set it to the fight music, which is just called Dragon Ball Z, and then the other one called the Ginyu Force appears, and also Solid State Scouter. Bardock's
yeah, that's
theme,
one
basically.
people like there. People love Solid State Scouter. That was one they were really excited for.
That's actually one of the songs that I picked for one of my teams. Yeah, I actually bought a couple of these fighters today, considering that they were on sale for PlayStation 4. But for some reason, Gogeta wasn't listed on there at all.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why, whether it was just a store error or not.
Maybe it was like just one too many and you needed to scroll down or something, or sometimes they do that where it's just like slightly off. Well, considering Snake is almost already done we're mostly done the arcade mode almost, I don't think we're going to be switching to playing as the worst character. You know, we're only doing one run. Trust me, you'll get a lot of characters and move on to Jump Force. Some of which are good, some of which are bad.
Who's he talking about anyway? Oh, Beerus?
Yeah, probably Beerus there. Beerus is renowned as, you know, I think he got like one buff that made him, people were like, oh, yo, is Beerus top tier? And then everyone else got buffs again, and now he's back at the bottom. It wasn't that they debuffed him, it's just that everyone else got buffs.
Uh-huh.
Goku Black bad? He was great on release, but he might have also been just left in the dust.
Maybe. I've barely even played as Goku Black.
Goku Black was fun. When the game first came out, he was on my team there. He has some fun stuff. Plus, I mean, he's so edgy. You gotta love him.
Yeah.
And if you have Trunks, then you can get the amazing line of, "Don't shoot. He's not black." Yeah, there you go. D knows what I'm talking about. I love that line. Don't shoot him. He's not black.
That is
like,
so
you did that on
bad.
Purpose? You did that on purpose. It's the best. It's so funny because his mouth is off screen at the time, and so they could have said whatever they wanted, and that's what they put in.
Why did they just choose to keep it like that?
If they said he's not Goku Black, it's fine. But it's just the way, and and the fact it's like police holding up guns. It's so funny.
Wow.
It's so funny. It's so good.
Let's both do our best.
There can be only one.
So I think there's a unique thing for. What am I thinking of? No, I'm not. No, not these guys. It's both Gogeta, or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito have unique dramatic finishes against each other, trying to prove like who's the better final fusion, right?
Yeah.
So they each have one, and so because they don't want to say which is better, they actually have one each showing the other ones that are winning. It's pretty good.
See, is there a switch out option like there is in MVC 1 or 2, where you just hold buttons between matches?
I think there is. Not between matches, but at the start of the match you can, for sure.
Ah.
So like on the very first battle, like from the loading screen, you can do it there, but then not mid-match. Like if you down the opponent, you can't switch. So you got to switch in combat.
Right.
So actually, when this game came out, both Goku and Vegeta Blue were unlockable. You actually had to unlock them. Or you could just download a key and get them immediately as free DLC. But I kind of like that they put them in as unlockable characters. Android 21 was also that situation where you had to beat her as the final boss to unlock her through story mode. Or just go to the store and get the free download code for her. And I like that, because it lets people who want to have unlockable characters in their fighting games to still have some, while letting tournament, organizers still just, hit a download and have it.
I actually prefer it that way, with unlockable characters. And I think was that an instant kill?
No, but he just did a really good combo. We're like at half health, and that combo just did you in there. And remember, you do have your Spacking, which is like your Ultra Instinct there, which you can pop for improved stats, and it does better the less characters you have there. So if you see his Sparking is glowing orange, because hits would be very powerful right now, because he's the last character. It works just like X Factor. You can even do some Spacking cancels.
This game being combo crazy, it's kind of hard to get out of combos because there's no combo breakers in this game.
Looks like things went well this time.
And someone in the comments there just said, in arcade mode, the opponents do more damage if you're on harder difficulties.
Ah, okay.
So it's not a competitive standard, if you were.
Yeah.
I did say doo-doo. I did.
Shame that we didn't fight Wait, why is Super Saiyan Blue Goku listed twice here?
Because he's Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Gotta have Gokus.
Whatever, I'm not gonna question this arcade mode.
Nope.
Well,
It's really just put in as a afterthought. You know, nowadays, like, the arcade modes are barely even considered, like, a main mode. It's usually, you know, online, story if it's there, and training, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, you usually get arcade modes as just kind of an afterthought.
yeah,
You don't stand a chance against me.
honestly, it's a better idea that these games have a story mode of sorts.
Just looking at your stupid
Even if this game's story mode is very repetitive.
Yeah. Just for that, you basically have to go through a map and do a bunch of fights to get to the next story bit.
Yeah, it's very similar to, like, Persona 4 Dancing, where they put in a mode for story, and you play it, and you're like, oh, I don't even know if I wanted a story mode, actually, because it's just the same stuff over and over. Very happy to see Nappa playable. It's nice, because he's quite often forgotten about, of course. I was also happy that we got, like, when I saw they were adding base form Goku and base form Vegeta as DLC, I'm like, come on. But then they showed off that it's not just base form Vegeta, it's early anime Vegeta where he looks like a very angry manlet. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm kind of down with villain, manlet, giant shoulders Vegeta.
Okay, that
Vegeta's
was...
design changes a lot over the course of, you know, Dragon Ball there, where, you know, here he looks more heroic, but the gremlin version of him from early Dragon Ball is great.
Yeah, the changes for the characters in art are subtle over time until they get much more obvious towards the end of the series.
Yeah, like just the early Vegeta's face is just so smug. It's so good. Like early Dragon Ball Vegeta looks like he'd be like, "Ooh, you look like a sussy baka, Kakarot." That's what he'd be like.
Pretty much.
I am the prince of all Among Us players.
Okay, I'm gonna stop fooling around.
Kakarot, I saw you vent off of planet Vegeta. Remember, don't forget your sparking. Oh, did you pop it?
Yeah, I already popped it.
Nice. Very useful. Very nice.
I thought you'd put up more of a fight.
Hey, Starmech.
I would absolutely watch the Dragon Ball cast play Among Us in character. It would be wonderful.
Just imagine if TFS did that.
I think they did, honestly. But I mean, like, the real cast.
Let's see. I could have done better if I just not farted around. That does it for arcade mode.
Kakarot!
That's arcade mode, everyone, and there are different courses for it. There are, of course, hard mode, and then you can also do modes that are completely random.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we are done for now. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
So we're going to be heading on to the first half of Jump Force. Very excited to have a good time with you all for that.
We will see you in a bit.